Imagine for a moment that you are a housefly, minding your business when a giant metal door slams shut. The air pressure drops, the ground begins to vibrate. Outside the window, the world blurs into a streak of green. You have not just entered a Honda Civic. You have been abducted by an alien mothership warping time, traveling a distance that would take ancestors 10,000 generations. You exit the craft in a completely different climate zone. The air smells wrong. The plants look alien. Unlike humans, you have no mission control, no supplies. This happens millions of times a day on every highway. But for the stowaway, is this adventure or a death sentence? We notice the bugs that hit the windshield, tragic casualties. But we rarely think about the survivors inside the cabin. Cars are effectively biological teleporters, rupturing invisible fences, keeping ecosystems separate for millions of years. A spider crawls in at Florida and crawls out in Michigan. It skipped the entire evolutionary journey required to survive there. This trivial event is a chaotic roll of the ecological dice. Does it freeze, starve, or become a monster? The answer, frustratingly and fascinatingly, is it depends. Insects are not versatile Swiss Army knives. They are keys, evolved to fit a specific lock, temperature, humidity, plants. This is called niche specialization. A monarch caterpillar only eats milkweed. Oak trees? Useless. It will starve to death surrounded by food, like a supermarket where food is encased in titanium cans. And you left your can opener in another state. When an insect hitches a ride, it's removed from its niche. The biological battery starts ticking down immediately. They are refugees with strict dietary restrictions and a rapidly draining life bar. Let's look at the 3 most common game over scenarios. First, the starvation trap. They arrive, look around, and realize there is nothing to eat. Wandering in search of a familiar leaf until reserves hit 0. They die quietly of hunger in a land of plenty. Second, the colony war. Specific to social insects like ants. You might think dropping an ant near others is helpful. Ant colonies operate on strict chemical passcodes. She will be identified as an intruder and torn apart. It's less family reunion and more medieval siege. Third, and perhaps most tragic, the lonely heart. Say a male moth survives, but insects have short lifespans. Their biological clock is screaming, "Mate now." But if he is the only one in a 50-mile radius, he flies in desperate circles until he dies of old age. He is a genetic dead end. In these cases, the car ride was just a very fast hearse. But wait, biology is rarely unanimous. While specialists die, the intrepid travelers thrive. They don't need a specific key. They carry a master key, Ohio or Oregon. As long as there is garbage, they are happy. The story shifts from a tragedy to a horror movie. Because they have no local predators, they can multiply unchecked. This is how invasive species spread. The emerald ash borer didn't fly, it drove there. The spotted lanternfly is hitchhiking in wheel wells of SUVs. For them, your car is a colonization vessel. How do we stop being an accidental Uber service for the apocalypse? You can't stop every gnat, but you can stop the big shifts. This is why you see signs telling you not to move firewood. That wood is a Trojan horse for beetle larvae. It's why Border Control confiscates fruit. Check your wheel wells and camping gear before leaving. We view nature as static, but everything is fluid. Your vehicle is a bridge connecting isolated biological islands. You aren't just cleaning, you are the guardian of the ecosystem. You are closing the teleporter door. The next time you get in your car, look at the back seat. It looks empty, but the air is full of invisible potential. Every mile we drive is a shuffle of the biological deck. For the passenger, the journey is a terrified leap into the unknown. For the ecosystem, a roll that could end in silence or a plague. So drive safe, and maybe, just maybe, check your shoes before you get in.